And here we go, my favorite part of the day with Richard Southern from 680. Hi, Richard. How are you?
Lovely to see you. I'm good, Cynthia. How are you? You're busy these days covering the campaign. With never a dull moment on that campaign, Cynthia.
Never a dull moment. In fact, we're going to talk about gas prices, and I was using a lot of gas getting to Cambridge today to follow Doug Ford.
And he was talking about gas yesterday,
yes,
too.
He was making a gas announcement this week, and it plays right into our next segment. Gas prices going up again tonight, bringing us close to an all-time high, really playing into his hands again.
Yeah, it looks like we could indeed see an all-time high, certainly well before that election comes to a close, Cynthia. So we're going up another penny at midnight tonight. That'll bring us mighty close to $1.40. $1.39.9 should be the average after midnight. This is only 2 cents away from the record high reached a little over 4 years ago. It's almost 30 cents more than we were paying a year ago. Experts say the price may run into some resistance after this. It may be difficult for it to go much higher than here, but it certainly comes back to the price of oil sin, which is at a 3.5-year high above $71 US per barrel.
So the price of oil is creating sticker shock at the gas station, but it's doing wonders on Bay Street, isn't it?
It sure is. A lot of energy stocks on Bay Street. And would you believe the TSX closed higher today for the 10th straight day? It's been over 4 years since we've seen a win streak like that. So the TSX up for a 10th day. It is up 5% in the second quarter now, very close to its all-time high. We're about 1% away from a record. So a good day tomorrow, and we could be talking about records on Bay Street. With the energy stocks leading the way, Cynthia, we're also seeing some strength for Great Canadian Gaming as it strikes a deal with the OLG. So things looking a bit brighter on Bay Street right now.
Interesting. Okay, Amazon reportedly getting ready to announce which city will be home to its coveted second headquarters. And according to one expert ranking, Toronto actually has a real chance.
Yeah, it's going to mean a lot of jobs and a lot of investments. So cities, including Toronto, have really been pushing for it. And according to economic insights firm Renaissance, the city's likely to host it. Number one, New York City, but there we are, number two, followed by Chicago, Miami, and Northern Virginia. Company said Toronto looks good as far as the availability of tech talent is concerned and cultural community fit. The one thing holding us back, they said, Cynthia, was the lack of any tax incentives. Toronto really not offering much on that front where some U.S. cities are. So we're expecting a final decision on that Amazon second headquarters in the next maybe week or two. So we'll see what they say.
Okay, and Toys R Us Canada will survive here in Canada, but it's the end of the line for the company in the U.S., and to salvage what money it can, Toys R Us is selling everything, including its iconic mascot and secret sex domains. Like, what?
Toys R Us and sex domains? You don't say, but it's true, Cynthia. A lot of companies like Toys R Us, they buy up websites that are close in name to theirs to prevent others from hijacking their brand. So this is what they're selling: sextoysrus.com, kinkytoysrus.com, adulttoysrus.com, I hate toysrus.com, toysrussucks.com, and even burgersrus.com, and even, you know what also is on the chopping block or the auction block, Cynthia? It's Jeffrey the giraffe.
Oh, not Jeffrey.
Oh, we should get him to be City News mascot, maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. But he's going to go to the highest bidder, and there has been a precedent of mascots being sold by companies before. But as you say, Toys R Us will live on in Canada, but maybe without Jeffrey.
Maybe without. Okay, I'd be curious to know what he goes for.
Yeah,
Thanks,
we'll see.
Richard. Always great to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sid.
And Prince Harry's fiancée, Meghan Markle, isn't a commoner. I missed this. I'm sorry. We're discussing this next. But she
I thought you were trying to get me out of here, Cynthia.
I'm sorry. I messed up here. So let's backtrack a little bit. So she isn't a commoner, or she is a commoner, but she's leaving behind a fairly normal life. Yeah,
there's some information out about Meghan Markle as she gets ready for a big wedding on Saturday. First of all, her estimated net worth $5 million. In she earned $50,000 an episode on Suits, which was shot here in Toronto. You know, she had a lucrative side job, she said, before that Suits gig, writing calligraphy for invitations for weddings and the like. So that's how she made a lot of her money before she got big into acting, calligraphy. She worked on Deal or No Deal. Remember that game show?
Yes.
She called that a learning experience. She said it helped her understand what she didn't want to do. She rented a Toronto house that was just recently sold for $1.4 million, and she leased an Audi SUV for $54,000 per year. So that's the backstory on Meghan Markle.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm sure lots of people will be watching that wedding on Saturday.
Indeed.
And her nephew is selling royal wedding weed.
Can't make this up. her family, it seems, trying to cash in on this wedding. So this is what her nephew is selling. It is called Meghan Sparkle weed. And this guy's name is Tyler Dooley, who's her nephew, and he's selling this weed in Oregon, where it's fully legal. The $150 an ounce strain, supposedly good for insomnia, pain, and anxiety. And it's said to give its users a feeling of euphoria and a tingling sensation. So there you go. Royal wedding weed for the big weekend, Cynthia.
Gotta say, I feel sorry for her when family is trying to cash in on your wedding.
Yeah.
You know, not so good.
No.
All right. Richard, thanks so very much.
Thanks.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait a minute.
What the heck is that, Richard?
We were talking about royal wedding bathing suits yesterday, and I guess Francis and I tried some on.
Oh,
how do we look? What do you think?
I can't unsee this, Richard. That's what I think.
Now we're really tired of the royal wedding. If we weren't before, now we are.
You know, you've never looked better? How about that?
Got my summer body ready to go, clearly.
All right. On that note, thank you, Richard. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Cheers.
Now I'm sending it over to Brandon. Brandon.